Welcome to the An English Coffee Office. Today is Sunday, February 1, and like every morning, David and Alex are at the coffee machine.
Morning, Alex. I am going to need a double shot of espresso today, maybe even two.
Good morning, David. Rough start to the morning or just the usual Monday blues in disguise?
A bit of both, honestly. My phone died right in the middle of a client call in the car.
That is frustrating. You really need to carry a power bank if you are going to be on the road all day.
I know. But speaking of dead phones, did you catch that article in the New York Times on January 29?
You mean the piece about the new solid-state battery technology? Finally hitting the consumer market?
Exactly. PowerShift, Apple and Samsung unveil solid-state battery lineup. It is about time.
It is a fascinating read. They are claiming a single charge can last up to 3 days of heavy usage.
3 days! Can you imagine? And the charging speed is the real kicker for me.
Right, they mentioned 0 to 100% charge in just 8 minutes. That changes the entire workflow.
It is a total game changer for sales reps like me. No more hunting for outlets in airports.
It is impressive, but the article also touched on the safety aspect, which I found more compelling.
You mean the fire risk stuff? Yeah, they said these are non-flammable compared to the old lithium-ion ones.
Precisely. With the number of devices we carry, removing that risk is a huge step forward for enterprise safety.
The price tag mentioned was steep though. $1,500 for the base model phone is painful.
Early adoption always costs a premium. Give it 2 years and it will be the standard for mid-range devices too.
I guess so. I just want to buy one now and never worry about a black screen during a negotiation again.
It is funny how technology solves one problem, but creates another expectation of constant availability.
Hey, if it helps me close deals, I am all for being available. Speed is everything in this business.
Speaking of speed in business, did you see the Wall Street Journal report from January 28?
The one about the stock market? I skimmed the headlines but missed the details.
No, the logistics piece. The Polar Highway, Maersk and Costco inaugurate year-round Arctic service.
Oh, the Arctic shipping route? I thought that was still just a seasonal pilot project.
Not anymore. According to the article, they have deployed 50 new ice-class vessels for year-round transit.
That is huge. What kind of time savings are they looking at for a standard shipment?
They are projecting a 30% reduction in transit time between Shanghai and Rotterdam.
30%? That is massive for supply chain efficiency. My clients waiting on inventory will love that.
From a project management perspective, it is a dream. Reducing lead times by 10 days frees up so much capital.
Exactly. Faster turnover means better cash flow. It is simple economics.
However, the article did highlight the environmental controversy surrounding the route.
Yeah, I bet the environmental groups are not thrilled about heavy freighters cutting through the ice.
They aren't. The report mentioned protests in 4 major port cities citing disruption to local wildlife.
It is a tough balance. Business wants the speed, but the optics of melting ice caps are terrible.
It is not just optics, David. It is a feedback loop. Less ice allows ships. Ships create emissions. More ice melts.
I get it. But if you tell a CEO they can cut shipping costs by 20%, they are going to take the route.
Unfortunately, you are right. The economic pressure usually outweighs the ecological caution in the short term.
Well, until the regulations catch up, companies are going to exploit that efficiency gap.
It reminds me of that Washington Post article from January 27. Have you seen it?
Which one? I missed the post this week. I was too busy putting out fires.
It was titled Silence After 6. Congress passes Federal Right to Disconnect Act.
Wait, seriously? They actually passed that? I thought it was just a proposal.
It is official now. It applies to all companies with more than 500 employees starting next quarter.
So, what does that mean for us? I can't email you at 7 p.m. anymore.
Technically, yes. The law prohibits mandatory after-hours communication, unless it is a declared emergency.
That is going to be a nightmare for my team. We work across 3 different time zones.
The article explains there are exemptions for international roles, but the fines are significant.
How much are we talking? A slap on the wrist or something real?
They set the fine at $5,000 per infraction per employee. That adds up fast.
$5,000? Okay, that is serious money. HR is going to have a field day with compliance.
It is designed to combat burnout. The data showed a 40% rise in stress-related leave last year.
I feel that. But in sales, if a client calls at 6:30, I have to answer. It is my commission on the line.
The law protects you from being forced to answer by your boss, not from you choosing to hustle.
I see the nuance. So I can work, but you can't tell me to work.
Exactly. It is about establishing boundaries. I actually think it will improve productivity during the day.
Maybe for project managers. For us, it just adds another layer of red tape to navigate.
Think about it, David. If everyone is rested, the quality of work goes up. It is sustainable.
I suppose. But between the Arctic shipping speeding things up and this law slowing things down, it is chaotic.
That is the modern workplace. We accelerate the logistics, but try to decelerate the human element.
That is deep, Alex. Too deep for a Monday morning without my second coffee.
Fair enough, but these 3 things, batteries, shipping, and labor laws, are reshaping our year.
You are right. I need to read up on that battery tech again. 8 minutes to charge is just wild.
And I need to look into the compliance protocols for the right to disconnect. It starts in 2 months.
Well, at least with the new battery, I can read the regulations on my phone for 3 days straight.
If you do that, you are definitely violating the spirit of the disconnect law.
All right, I better get back to my desk before the emails start piling up.
Same here. I have a status meeting in 15 minutes. Let's catch up later.
You got it. Have a good one, Alex.
Time to get to work. Don't forget to subscribe and practice your English every day. You'll see how it just keeps getting better and better. See you tomorrow. Hope you have a fantastic day.